Hi, I'm really thrilled today to be here with Argelys Peña. He is the owner and founder of Spirit Technologies. They are an international IT company with over 14 employees. He helps a lot of nonprofits and he has a great story to tell. So without further ado, Argelys, why don't you tell us about Spirit Technologies?
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for listening to us. My name is Argelys Peña with Spirit Technologies. We're a tech business. We manage, support, and design networks for companies. Our focus is nonprofits. We help nonprofit interconnect their offices and be able to deliver their services to the community or to any other social programs they may have.
That's great. And let's ask, when you went to high school, where you went and how did you land at Broward College?
Well, I went to McArthur High School, graduated in '99. After MacArthur, I was working already during high school and continued to do so after. And then I signed up for Broward College and started taking courses there.
Right. So when you were around 14 years old, it sounds like you started at the Museum of Discovery. Why don't you tell us how that was?
Well, that was very, very interesting. I was given the opportunity to work at the Museum of Discovery Science at 14 as a paid intern. I discovered a few areas of the museum, the wildlife building, habitats for snakes, with concierge, and landed in the IT department. From there, I fell in love with technology, and I was mentored, and I grew, and that's where my passion came from.
So I'm sure that was back in 2002 or so.
Well,
Uh,
when I was
it was
14, that was actually 95, 94
okay. So
around
I'm sure
there.
technology's changed. I know we used to have water-cooled mainframes back then. So
Yeah.
now everything's on your desktop or your personal device. So you've been through a lot of changes in technology, true?
Yes, yes. I was fortunate to see that transition from the big mainframes to the working personal computers that we now use every day. And Broward College helps with being me going back and continue the education and learning the new technology that comes out. But yeah, so I've been through a few technology changes and shifts.
So what specifically, I know you have employees here in the States and then internationally, can you tell us specifically what your company does?
If a company is located here in Broward County and they need to communicate to their offices on the west coast of Florida or central Florida and Orlando, we make sure that they're able to communicate, collaborate with their files, have their emails all working unisons, the telephony. So we're very diverse in what we do. And so we were able to help these organizations get connected in a way that many tech providers can't,
Right.
because we're both on the network side and also the application development, and we just bring them together so that the client can benefit from it.
Wow, that sounds like like a great thing to do.
It's
Why
fun.
don't you tell us your favorite quote?
Uh, Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge. Not your with knowledge, you're limited to what you now know. Where with imagination, you can expand and learn a lot more.
Well, that is a good one, definitely. Tell us one thing that you're super excited about.
I'm excited about working. It's kind of corny, but I'm excited about working with my wife in the business. She came on board Spirit Technologies, and I always wanted to have a family business. My cousin is also in the business, my brother as well. And I read in a magazine that most successful businesses in the United States are actually family ran. So the Hilton, the Marriott's, Walmart, and the line goes on. So a lot of successful businesses are based on that. I saw that, it inspired me, and right now I'm very excited that I'm able to successfully do that.
That's great. That is wonderful. So good about that. How about something you're deeply grateful for?
I'm deeply grateful, just in general. Well, actually, I don't know. Caught me off guard there. Being able to work, and being able to work. Nowadays with COVID, I think that it's a blessing to be able to have the ability to work
Right, and
nowadays.
you're much needed right now with everybody needing more and more technology to connect their companies, connect their people. So it sounds like you're in a great place.
Yes, so I'm very grateful for that
That is
because
great.
again, a lot of people are at home. So anybody who's looking to do a shift, I think technology is definitely the way to go. March, COVID hit. Maybe a few in the tech business had a downgraded in their job, the tech world, but it quickly went back up when everybody saw the need for technology. And there was no longer a question of budget. It was no longer a question of if or if we can. It was just let's do.
Right.
And so yeah, technology. Very grateful that's been what has catapult.
Wow,
This
that's great.
work.
What about, do you have any heroes, maybe either a childhood hero or a hero today?
Do I have any heroes? Well, one of my favorite quotes also is the "Man in the Arena" by Theodore Roosevelt. So for those of you who like quotes, look that one up. I think that says a lot about my character, about my person, and how I am. So that the way that he placed it on paper and those thoughts, I mean, that I look up to
About the
him as
man
well.
daring greatly in the arena.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, yes, that's great. And that's maybe how you feel about how you've overcome obstacles from growing up to your success today. You've dared
That
greatly.
that is correct. Yeah.
That's great. No, it's good to hear. You mentioned that you were in the Boys and Girls Club, and that's how you got the job at the Museum of Discovery.
Yes. Yeah. So I was a member. I was a volunteer, and I was a staff at the Boys and Girls Club. And then they had a program. They took us on a tour for the Museum of Discovery and Science, and that's when I met them. It took me about 3 months to get the job. I didn't mention that before,
Hmm,
and I called them every week
good.
to find out if hey, is the job finally available? No. So I was the first one they called back when the program started because obviously they didn't want to keep getting my calls every week finding
Right,
out if
right.
it had started or not. So
And
yeah,
it's a
that's how I
very
ended up in the
successful
museum.
place now. They're doing really well. So you started a good
Yes,
thing back then. It was in a
yes.
much smaller place, correct? Wasn't it over by the river, by the new river, smaller?
They when I got in there, they had just moved into the new building, but the program that I was in was the first one of its kind, and they had expanded since the program and also the building for the museum.
Tell us about that. What was the program like?
They just gave us the option to work in different places of the museum, whatever we picked. So,
Oh,
like I
good.
previously mentioned, I got to build fiberglass housing for snakes.
Hmm,
So I went from building and handling snakes to working with mainframes and servers.
isn't that
Um,
awesome? That's great.
it was a great experience. I worked in concierge. I worked with people. I worked in the exhibit floor, so learned about all the exhibits and what was their role. And so yeah, I managed to learn all about the museum
That
during
is
my time
great.
there.
That is great. I'm sure you've taken your kids there too since since the
Yes,
day. Good.
yes, of course, and
So,
it's interesting taking the kids because they see me and they go, "Oh wow, he looks just like you when you were here."
oh, that's funny. So tell me, what advice would you give if a Broward College potential student is watching this or some of our alumni that might want to get into IT? What would you suggest? What advice do
uh,
you have?
the IT field is broad. I suggest always to try to look for an internship and see if you're headed in the right direction in the IT field. Broward College can help with those internships and even job placement after you get certain certifications. But definitely know yourself, know what you want to do because you have the network side of technology, you have the cloud side, the programming side. I mean, it's broad security. So definitely look for internships, talk to counselors, and even people like me. You guys can reach out to me if you want to have a conversation about what your passion is, what drives you, and how you can couple that with the technology that you're interested in pursuing.
It's really helpful breaking it down into those 4 areas. So we do really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No
It was
problem. My
great to
pleasure.
talk to you, and I'm sure that our students can reach out on your LinkedIn, and you would be happy
Definitely.
to help them, because I think you really have a great overview from the top of what it takes to be successful. So thank you.
Thank you, Jill.
Okay, appreciate it.